What's in the box?
Is it on already?
It's been on the whole time since you started talking about Lotso.
Oh no.
Yeah, I turned it on. I turned it on when I gave you the mic.
Oh. Hi. Welcome to What's in the Box.
Well, I was gonna cut it to put it after the intro, but it was a good one. I didn't want to lose it. It was nice. Anyway, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's? No, you're going too far now.
Anyway, this is What's in the Box with Zach and Cheryl.
Hi.
I'm Zach.
And Peaches.
That's Cheryl. That's Peaches. Hopefully she won't knock over the camera this time.
Peaches.
That would be cool.
I love you. Oh, you smell like laundry.
We were gonna talk, yeah, because she was rubbing in the. Anyway,
Okay.
we're gonna talk about movies today.
Movies.
Yeah, because we actually watched the movies.
Movies.
We actually watched the movies, and we're not gonna talk about Disney villains today.
We already did.
I know we already did. Right
Oh.
now.
He's heartwarming, he's loving, he's manipulative beyond belief, and his backstory gives you everything you need to understand why he became who he is.
So that you're not like, yeah, he's just an asshole.
No.
But you're like, oh, he was abused as a kid.
Yeah, there's a reason for his assholeness.
You know what it is, little boat in your town.
I don't know, he's pretty up there. I think he makes a great villain. He does a good job. Even to the end, you understand why he's doing this villain.
I don't know. I wouldn't say all time. I would say he's a good one. I say, especially for kids' movies, he's like probably one of the greatest. I would say, but I wouldn't say all time. If you're doing like,
Abuela is the most realistic villain.
yeah, Abuela.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Yeah, because she's not doing it to be a villain. She's just being an overprotective
Mm-hmm.
grandma. Yeah.
Coco is one of the worst villains of all time.
Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, the fuck?
Well,
The fuck?
Sid was top for a while.
Greed is never a good...
Sid was top tier for a
Sid
while.
is good because it's actual psychosis.
That's what I'm saying, but he was top tier for a long time as far as Disney movies go. I don't know, but also, see, again, this is what I'm saying. Because again, you have Maleficent too, which...
Backstory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do not touch it, or I will put you in another room.
But Maleficent wasn't shit until we got a backstory.
That's what, well, no.
She was just a cool villain. She wasn't...
Yeah,
a
Maleficent
legit
was still
villain.
an awesome villain.
But you didn't really understand why she was doing what she was doing, and it didn't make sense.
That's fair.
Until she got her backstory, and then you were like, God damn, that makes sense. I still don't know if I curse a baby, but, you know.
I don't know. Well, maybe. Depends.
I don't see how it's the baby's fault.
That's not the baby's fault. But also, go for villain track record, though. It is the worst thing you can do to parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because cursing them really doesn't get the full effect of understanding. It's the kids and generationals that really cuts at the
I don't think
heartstrings.
Rumpelstiltskin was a villain.
I've been saying that.
I think he was saving children from greedy parents.
Yeah.
Who gives up their firstborn?
Also, for what it's worth, even in Once Upon a Time, for the most until like the last season, for the most part, I just say that all the time. That I don't think Rumpelstiltskin is
And they never
bad
explain what
person.
Rumpelstiltskin does with the children.
Is a bad person. I think that he just has a lot of shit.
You don't know. Maybe he's taking care of the kids. Maybe he fosters them.
I think Ursula is the only one that I'm like, no, you just want to feel like the most powerful person. There's not really like a backstory or anything that I'm like, oh, I get It's literally just like,
technically, she was supposed to be the ruler.
well, yeah, but
Like that is kind of her backstory. She is kind of like the Prince of Persia kind of situation.
yeah, but I'm saying like in comparison to all the other Disney villains, she's just kind of like the more like,
yeah,
meh.
like Poseidon is like Moses.
Yeah.
In that situation.
And also, there's a whole thing in the book about Ursula's backstory. There's a whole thing in there about her having a thing with King Trident and everything, and that's why, and them having a deal, and that's why she picks Ariel out of all of his daughters because she's the youngest and
most manipulative.
Yeah,
manipulable. I don't know if that's
malleable.
Right.
But yes, I would say. But again, I would say that Lotso is up there because you got a whole movie. Well, not a whole movie, but you got a big chunk of his backstory right away. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, they couldn't leave him. They couldn't. It's a kids movie, so they couldn't be like, To
next time, Lotso.
Well, not just that.
More strawberries.
Kids are gonna have a lot of questions if there's just an evil teddy bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, for parents' sake, they have to be like, this is why he is the way he is.
He's just a sad bear.
Just like Abuela, like, they showed her husband being killed because you can't just be like, oh yeah, this grandma's just a bitch. Now, in Coco, they never explained why that guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That's just greed for fame.
Yeah.
And then you go after the person's kid? Like, the fuck? The fuck the kid do to you?
Yeah, that was one that was kind of like out of left field. Is when they were like, "Oh, he just poisoned him to be famous, take his songs." I'm like, "Wait, what?
He did what? This
What?
is a kids movie?
What?" Like, there wasn't a like he stole my girlfriend or like
nothing,
anything like that. It was just I wanted to be more famous than you. I was gonna be
famous, and he was gonna walk away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, we couldn't have worked this
out. So we just killed him. Like, it wasn't even like he accidentally killed him. Like, he was just trying to like. It was like he intentionally tried to kill him.
Well, he didn't even try to talk to him either. He didn't even try to work it out and be like, is there any way that, like, I could have a couple of your songs because we've been doing this and you're kind of just leaving me high and dry. Like, he was just like, I think I'm going to leave. And he was like, oh, please don't. And he's like, I really got to go home with my family. And he was like, here, have a shot. What?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there
no conversation at all. Just, oh, you're going to leave? Here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Did it work? That's how it works, right?
Also, we're going to put in Cheryl getting eaten by a shark.
Oh, Peaches didn't like that.
Anyway. So, yeah, we watched movies. So I wanted to talk about the movies that we watched.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, if you want to talk about other things, we can. But so we watched Locked.
That was good.
And we watched
with Phil Sagard.
Yeah. And Anthony Hopkins. And we watched Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I was super happy about. And we watched, I just said it, we watched something else.
Him?
I said it in the truck. Yeah, Him. Just also really good.
And Black Phone 2.
And Black Phone 2. Yeah.
And I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
The new one, the remake. Or the, well, not remake. The new one?
Yeah, the new one.
The after?
The reboot. The sequel, reboot, future.
The after party?
The after party. That's why Freddie Prinze Jr. looks so run down.
It's like, this is the after
He had already been to 15 years of parties. He's like, I'm tired. I don't want to.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
Anyway, so which one do you want to talk about first? Which one was the coolest to you?
The coolest?
Yeah.
Out of the ones you just named.
Out of the ones we watched, because you watched a lot of
I
you
did
watched
watch
a lot of
a lot.
movies in between.
But I would say out of the ones that you named are probably the coolest ones because some of the other ones I watched were kind of lame.
Yeah.
But I don't know because him was really good, but Black Phone 2 was
Oh, and The Rip.
really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Rip was good.
We can talk about Black Phone too because I thought that was really cool.
That was really good. That was better than the first one, I think.
I would, yeah, as a movie, I would say it was better, but I would say that like I don't think the second one would have. It still would have been good, but I don't think Little Things would have been. I don't think it would have been as good if the first one didn't happen. If that makes sense.
Well, no,
Like the cool part about
I do like
I'm gonna spoilers for all of these. If you haven't watched them, too fucking bad. Go watch them. But I'm not caring about your feelings anymore. We're just gonna talk about it.
Did we ever care about their feelings?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so go watch them if you don't want to know things because we're gonna spoil the shit out of them.
Shit.
Anyway, but I think the whole with Black Phone 2, I think him like the ghost part of it wouldn't have been as cool if like you didn't get the before.
Yeah.
If you didn't get like him in the basement and like
I think it
him as a
also makes it
human
more
and, like,
believable because
all that.
believable.
Believable.
I think it also made it more believable and more understanding because the first one, the kids were of. What are you doing?
I was trying to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, are you trying to fart?
No,
Oh.
no. I
Looks
went,
like you're trying to fart.
No, I went to lean over, and my body was just like, "We don't want to hold up anymore."
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Believable. Was that if in the first movie if it was just a kid being abducted and him saving himself from this guy,
Inducted.
I don't think the second one would be as believable because there's no otherworldly things happening. But because of the kids and the telephone,
Yeah,
and making it more otherworldly that way, I think that made the second one more like understanding for the audience to like grasp what was happening and understand that like this isn't just some weird side plot to make a second movie.
I know that they did it, but that was something that and they could always. I mean, they could. We've talked about this. They could always bring it back later if they do like a third one or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really wanted them to bring that back to them in the basement. I thought that would have been cool.
Well, it kind of did.
I mean, like from the camp.
Oh.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like when they were doing the past and the present with her calling her mom.
Yeah.
Like in like the past. Like that would have been cool if they would have brought that into like the first like back. Like with other kids. Like that there was a connection between like
the other kids and
yeah.
It wasn't just him who had a connection with the other kids. It wasn't just his sister.
Yeah.
Like the other kids had a connection with each other as well.
Yeah. I thought that would have been cool.
But I don't
Which
think
they could always bring
I
back
don't
later.
think that's the plot though, because I think what they're trying to say is that family themselves is clairvoyant.
Yeah. I just thought it would be cool.
That family has the shining.
Because I thought that was cool. I like that was one of the parts that I was like, this is cool. Before they got into all the other stuff, like before they got into all like the ghost part of him and the other world and like crossing the dimensions and stuff. Like before they got into that, I thought that part was cool when she was talking to her. When they kind of led up to it, but they didn't really like explain. Like you know what I mean? Like the first time the phone call, like you hear the phone call, you're like, oh, it's just another kid that, and then you realize like
it's her mom,
and like her talking to her future self, like that part was really cool.
Yeah, I like I told you this while we were watching it. I really like the Freddy Krueger feel to it.
Yeah,
like they really like took that and made it into such a better story. Like,
well, that's what I was.
Because it feels very Freddy Krueger. It feels very Friday the 13th. But I feel like they took that plot and that main idea of that entity being able to attack you while you're sleeping or dreaming, and made it into such a better story.
Well, that's what I was telling you when me and you were talking about it. Is if they do it right,
Yeah.
which is where they fell off with Freddy, is that they kind of had that idea, which was a cool idea, which is why probably the first 3 Nightmare on Elm Streets are really good, and then the rest of them are kind of just like, eh. If they can do it well, I think that you could probably make a franchise out of that character.
Mm.
But you would have to do it well for people not to get bored with it.
Yeah, I think more than a third movie is probably going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, even for some, a third movie is going to be a lot, but
I feel that way about Terrifier, though. I feel like could you keep going with Terrifier? For sure.
well, yeah, because there's so many plot holes.
But well, not just that, but like, could you keep going into like a 5th or 6th movie? Probably. But I think like I really, in my opinion, I really think after this next one, they need to like wrap up, because like at this point, as
But
a
I think that's
viewer,
kind of
I'm
the
like,
point of
eh.
Terrifier is the cheesiness of like
No, I get the
is
cheesiness. It's
the
just
extreme bullshit. It
I
kind of
get
makes it what it is.
no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, as far as like as far as like only using Terrifier to be that like super out of like
Otherworldly.
otherworldly gory person and just like sticking him into storylines.
Yeah.
If they're gonna keep going with this storyline, like he's connected to them, to Sienna, whatever. That he's connected to her and her family. Like, I think one more movie of that. I think if they keep trying to like pull that in, it's gonna be like, yeah, we get it. It's no longer like, it doesn't matter how interesting Art the Clown is. I feel like it's gonna be, as a viewer, it's gonna be like kind of like I feel about Scream now. Like, yeah, it's the cousin of a cousin of
Yeah.
whatever. Like, yeah, we get it. But anyway, but yeah, I think Black Phone, if they can do what they did in the second one and kind of sustain that, I feel like they can use that in different families, in different connections, and it wouldn't feel out of place.
Yeah.
Because of how they set him up as a person in the first one. Like, you know what I mean? Like having connections to other kids and other families, and like,
Yeah, maybe.
so
I think, like you said, I think the next movie is probably just going to be him finding and freeing more kids
yeah.
that have been hurt by him.
Yeah, and hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you feel about him? Because I was super excited about him.
That was okay. So it wasn't quite what I expected as far as the trailer went.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was pretty fucking good, and it was pretty on par for like what's happening in today's society. Like,
Yeah.
well, a good metaphor is for what's happening in today's society as far as like
That nobody's
the
allowed
elites.
or that nobody's allowed to retire. That was
Well,
the
not even just that, but just being elite in general, being one of the elites, you have to like basically sell your soul kind of thing. And like, um, I don't know, I feel like the ending kind of had like a Cabin in the Woods feel to it though.
little bit.
Like a higher power.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
Ending.
I fucking love Cabin in the Woods so much. That fucking movie is so good.
Like, you're just not expecting that, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is about a god.
Yeah.
Or the devil. Like, you know what I mean? This is about like something way greater than just people.
I think it was good as far as like metaphor goes. I think it was good, as they did a really good job as far as like, this is what it takes if you want. And I think it's good. First of all, Marlon Wayans did phenomenal in like a mostly dramatic role.
Lived it.
Mostly dramatic role. No, but I'm saying like he doesn't do a whole lot of them. Like, he doesn't do like a whole lot of like straight dramatic roles.
Yeah.
He did super good. Like, even like even like his like jokes that he makes, because I don't think he can get through a whole movie without making a joke. But even like the jokes he makes are in character. Like
Well,
they're
they made
very like
sense.
they're
for the
very like
character, though.
serious. Yeah, they're very like seriousness jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
Am I being real or am I joking? Yeah.
yeah, and like I feel like they set it up so good with him already like with them already establishing in the first 10 minutes that he is like the best. Like with what? Like with the
Sorry, it's just
like with the rings and with the championships and like they set his whole backstory up so well that when he goes to him and is like I can't remember what his name is, the younger player, and is like, you want to be the GOAT, this is how you get there. Like they've already established like he is
the GOAT.
yeah,
Like, he is the greatest of all time.
yeah, the best that there is. And so I think like setting it up that way of like him being like, you want this is what you do, and then going into all the other stuff was so good.
Yeah.
Because it was already like, these are just the things you do. And then him like accepting over time. I like that too. Like the younger kid accepting over time of like, okay, we're just gonna do these things. Like that whole scene of like them hitting the guy in the face with the football.
Yeah.
When he can't do it. Like him, like although he's upset, like him accepting that this is happening, like over time, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, they did a really good job, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. It was a lot. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It was really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And I think like I don't know.
It was definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, for sure. It's good. And I think like even like the little things that you're like, what the fuck? Like even those things, like, I don't know. I feel like kind of help push that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The thumbs up.
Do watch.
do watch. I have a funny story about Locked though.
Okay.
So Locked, we've been trying to watch for a while. We were gonna watch it when we saw the trailer initially,
Yeah.
and then kind of forgot about it.
Until I saw that it was on something and I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, we should watch this.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And then, so it was my funny story to this is that I got high before we watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that you watched that one.
Yeah, that's why this is a funny story.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. So I was like, we're just gonna, and me, I was like, yeah, he's just locked in the truck, so it's not that big a deal, and it's fine. And so I was like, this is a good movie to get high to because I don't really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
It's not really that big a deal. But I got too high. And so, like, as we're watching it, and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. This is kind of cool.
This is really good.
This is really good. And then there's a point, and I rode the wave with the movie. That was the funny part for me. Is that like that calm part in the beginning where he's like just figuring out like you can't say this or like this or whatever. That part I hadn't felt anything yet, like not really.
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of like the watery high of like, oh, my body's kind of warm, like sort of thing. Like there really wasn't. And then, and then as the movie like
Gets more intense.
yeah, it gets more intense. Me getting high got higher too, and so like there's a point where he's like arguing with Anthony Hopkins or whatever. He's like arguing with him, and he's like getting shocked, and he's like whatever. And that was like the peak of like me being high. So that whole scene is happening.
You're just like, ah.
But like I told you, when I get too high, my body vibrates, like kind of like when you have a panic attack. And so like I was having that while watching
him get tased.
And I was like, And I remember
You're like,
saying,
ow, ow,
I
ow.
remember saying to myself, I'm like, this is because I've obviously done this before, but like I remember saying to myself, I was like, this is gonna go away, relax, calm down. But it's like a 10-minute scene,
Yeah.
and so like the whole time I'm like, okay, it'll stop, but the scene didn't stop, and so like I'm still like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, I think for a
And then
single.
there's a gap in there that I don't. I think because I was more focused on my like paranoia and stuff about being that high during that. But there's a chunk of that movie that I don't really remember like how we got there.
What do you mean?
Like Anthony Hopkins getting into the car.
Yeah, because he destroyed all the cameras in the car, so Anthony Hopkins had to. Like, he had to go.
Yeah, but I don't remember him getting in. That's what I'm saying. I don't. There's a gap in there. I don't remember
Oh,
him
because you
getting
got up to go to the
in.
bathroom.
Oh, okay, that's why. That makes sense.
Yeah, I yelled it to you when you were in the bathroom. I said, he's making him zip tie himself to the bottom of the chair.
Oh, yeah, I saw that part. I just didn't see him get into
Yeah, after
the
he was
truck.
zip tied, he got into the truck.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't remember. I remember everything else. I just don't remember how he got in the car.
Yeah, I think, okay, so one, the movie in general was really good, but I
It is
think
really
for
good.
single location movies, it's like top tier.
I
Because single location movies
are
usually get
boring.
kind of redundant,
Yeah.
like after like a
Yeah.
minute or two of like watching them at the same place. But like, I think it's
Yeah, you're
pretty,
like, we get it. He's in a car.
like it was pretty top tier. Like they did a good job at keeping you
I like
not.
the.
They did a good job at making you not realize that you've been watching a man in a car for 2 hours.
I like that they pointed out little things. I think that that's what helped me be okay with watching. Like not okay because it was a good. It really was a good movie, but like non-complacent that we're still watching him in a car. Is that they were also pointing out that he was noticing things throughout the movie, and that helped because I'm like, oh, okay, it's not like he saw the building move, like he noticed that the car itself was moving while he was asleep, like he noticed that like certain things were different, or like if he said something to Anthony Hopkins, he would react to certain like
Yeah.
they were doing those things, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is still interesting, like this is because when they point it out, you notice it if you haven't already noticed it. And so it
Yeah.
makes it more interesting, like, because you're also invested in noticing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did a
It
good
was
job
really
at
cool.
like letting Anthony Hopkins kind of tell his story on why he's doing this, but then also kind of just getting cut off so many times.
It was so funny.
Like
Him getting mad that he gets that he
it
keeps
was
getting cut off
it was
is
just
so
kind of
funny.
good because it was like when you're watching parts of movies like that, you do sometimes kind of feel like, okay, I don't really care. Let's just get to the point.
Yeah.
And so like
I don't care why we're here. Why we're here.
yeah, like you kind of want to know, but you're also like, okay, you're taking too long to tell the story. And I think the movie itself did a good job at being like, we want him to take too long to tell the story, and we want the audience to feel like, okay, enough,
Yeah.
and then the person be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was kind of like a fourth wall being broken, sort of.
I was gonna say like they were taking the energy from the person watching it and really putting it in like
Yeah, and it was like they did a good job at like that too. I think I don't know. Like I said, for single location movies, there's, I mean, like the movie Buried gets a lot of crap,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just watched one recently too, Frozen.
Yeah.
So that and I have a funny story about that one too.
I couldn't. I couldn't. I tried to watch that with you, and I just couldn't. I was bored.
Well, yeah, that one.
Just watching
that
like
one was.
just watching the little bit that I did, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Also,
do
I
have a
found
funny
it
story
really
about that
funny.
one though.
I found it really funny that you were getting upset at that movie.
Because
at
it
their
was just so
decisions.
bad.
At their decisions. You're like, stop.
It was
what?
very on par for the time frame of horror films, though.
This is funny.
It was very on par for like House of Wax and stuff like that, like the movies that came out around the same time as that one.
Oh, we need to take some time.
But it was just so like, ugh.
You need to take some time to actually think about it and get prepared. Because I want to do worst horror movies with you.
No.
Yes.
My worst horror
I
movies
wanna
are
do
not
it.
the conventional
I
worst
know,
horror
that's what
movies.
makes it so good. I love it so much.
Because I cannot
funny.
stand a shitting ending.
It's so fun.
I fucking will not watch Eden Lake again. I will not watch The Mist again. I will not watch
Surprisingly, you have watched House of Wax, though. It's not a bad ending,
because
but
the
like,
ending wasn't bad.
I know, but your whole thing about going upstairs in a burning wax house.
Oh my god, that drives me nuts. What are you doing? It's a wax house and it's on fire and you're running up the stairs?
That's how I feel about, and I've said that obviously
just to break through the wall, which is something you could have done downstairs.
Which is obviously something that we've had multiple conversations about and said on podcasts. But that's how I feel about Scream. Like the first time Sydney says it in the first one, it's funny. It's a line. It's funny, and then she does it, and she goes upstairs, and it's funny. But when they do it in the second and the third one, I'm like, okay, we already talked about this.
Yeah, we literally talked about it.
And the fact that she's the one that keeps doing it too is the part that, like, okay, yeah, the joke was funny. Now it's annoying that you have fortified your house, live in the middle of nowhere, have a gun.
Pause.
Yeah. You're a survival girl. You move to the middle of nowhere, you fortify your house, you have a gun, you don't talk to anybody because you're trying to save everybody, yet you still haven't learned the lesson of don't go upstairs.
Yeah.
I just don't like I said, the first time it was kind of funny. You're new to this. You've never been tried to be killed before.
Yeah.
But like by the third, even the fourth one, I'm like, learn, girl.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Anyway, Cheryl's having a wild day today. Cheryl got tons of Coke today.
Oh my god.
She decided to go wild and get a frozen Coke.
And it's not tons. It's a little one.
It's a little one. It's just a little. Just to have a good day. Just not to dance
on the bars, but to want to dance on the bars.
Not to get shitty, but just, to improve the mood of the day.
Swifter.
And just get swifty. Anyway. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So, okay, wait.
Good. Locked. We just did Locked.
Locked?
That's what we were talking about.
I know what you did last summer was okay.
I think for a reboot, sequel, whatever they want to call it.
I think making Freddy the Killer was weird, though. I kind of liked it, but I kind of didn't. I don't know how I really felt about it. I kind of liked it because it's not normal for Freddie Prinze Jr.
to be
in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of like is the very opposite of who he was in the first movie. But I think that's also why I didn't like it.
I liked
because it was like, okay.
I liked the twist of it, but also I think, and I know they didn't do this for the twist of Freddie Prinze Jr., but I would have liked the twist to happen earlier and then get more backstory on why he turned that way.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of just like I've been obsessed with this, so I turned into this, so this is where we're at sort of thing, instead of like...
And kind of like...
I don't know,
kind of like with later Screams too, I was like, I knew there was a second killer kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like you got to a point in the movie where it wasn't really... Like, they still kept it a secret, and it was still supposed to be, like, a dramatic, like... Reveal, but about halfway through the movie, I was like...
There's somebody else.
This isn't... Like, they're not doing it by themselves. Yeah.
There needs to be an adult.
I think it was. I think
There
it
needs to
was a
be an
good.
adult
I
in
think it
here.
was a good nostalgia movie. I
Yeah.
think it was good for us
sure.
millennials to get like a
Well, yeah, especially
little
with them
like
bringing, with them
of
bringing everybody back too.
yeah. I think that was good. I think that was a good. It was a good feel good horror film. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
But as far as like a good movie, I don't know if I'd put it up there as
Well, I also would say that was a big part of the last Scream for me. Was when they did the warehouse.
yeah. That was cool.
Cause like
That was cool.
yeah, cause like I said this
Like
to
a
you.
Scream museum.
Yeah, cause I said
Like I
this.
liked it.
I said this to you. That I was like, after the fourth one, I was kind of just like I'll watch them obviously, but
Mhm.
like after the fourth one, I was kind of just like, okay, like this is okay. And then like before we got to that one, I had already told you I was like, I don't know, I got maybe one more of these in me before I'm like, I'm done. And then Kirby came back, which is like one of my favorite parts of the fourth one because I like Hayden Panettiere anyway. But like that character was really good too. And then her coming back, I was like, that's so awesome. And then they did the museum, and I was like, this is fucking cool. Like this even nostalgia wise is cool. Like, and then I don't know. And then after that, I was just kind of like, okay, you got one more. Like you got one.
You tried.
That's it. Yeah. Which I'm hoping, and it looks good, that Seth Rollins is going to be Ghostface. Just kidding.
What?
The tagline for Scream 7 is "Burn it down."
Oh, I'm like, what? Where did that come from?
No, that's what I think of every
Okay.
time I see the poster and it says "Burn it all down." Like, so Seth Rollins.
Burn it down.
Seth Rollins is Ghostface.
That's funny.
That's why he can't be on Raw anymore.
Yeah, he didn't
he's
actually
Ghostface.
injure himself. He's just
No, but I'm kind of hoping that I think unless something major happens and they keep going with this, I think that this one is going to be the one that I'm like, okay, I'll end it here.
yeah.
Because like I've been waiting for Stu to come back, and I really hope they don't butcher it because that's going to make me even more angry as a Scream fan. Is if they brought Stu back just for him to have like a small part, or for him to like,
Yeah.
it would make me so angry. Because I've been hoping for Stu to come back since after the first one. Like, I just think that was so that he did. I've said this for years. I think the first one, the first Scream, is brilliant, and I think the chemistry between Screech and Matthew Lillard is amazing.
Yeah.
But them two, especially as killers, is great, and I think that I've said since the first one, I think that if Stu was able to break off and do his own thing, it would be super cool. And then they haven't even hinted or bring it back to it or whatever. And so he's coming back in this one, and so that's what I was saying. After waiting so long for that to happen, if they just do like a quick like, or bring him back like they did Billy, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, we waited all this time. Matthew Lillard himself going on interviews and being like, Stu's alive. He only got electrocuted. He's alive.
Yeah.
Just to have like this little like,
just to have him come back as a ghost, as a vision of someone.
It's gonna be really
imagining him.
But also, I'm planning, and we're gonna do it because we just got taxes back. But I wanna take everybody to go see it.
Yeah.
Because like, I also appreciate that because Scream has been like a big. Not that this is a big heavy Scream episode, but Scream has been a big thing for me forever, for my entire life.
Yeah.
And then when we got together, me and you have watched all of them. Like, that was one, like, before we were even together, actually, we watched Scream, like, when you would come over to my house or when we would hang out. Like, we've watched Scream our whole relationship and the new ones that have come out, but I've never, and the girls have just, well, Emma beforehand, but Alice recently has like been more willing to like watch them and like
Yeah.
whatever. So I think it's cool that like it's a thing.
Becoming a
So,
family thing.
Yeah, so I want to take the girls to go see the new one when it comes out, and I've never watched any of them in theaters with you because either we've been broke or they came out during COVID, so we couldn't
Yeah.
go to see them. But so yeah, so I want to do that. I want to do either the day it comes out or the next day and take everybody to go see it. I think it'll be really fun. I'm super excited about it. I think I'm happy that there's a thing that we get to do a thing. It's exciting.
Yay!
And I finally get to do a thing with all of you. Thing that means a lot to me.
My eyes are burning.
Maybe you need glasses.
I don't think that's it. I think I got cat fur in my eyeballs.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? Oh, you hit a guy with glasses. It's like one of my favorite scenes in Wreck-It Ralph. That's one of my favorites. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? Oh, you hit a guy with glasses. Anyway. And then we watched Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Fantastic Four?
I don't know.
It's fine.
I feel like there's too many Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
I feel.
Do you feel like we're at Batman and the Pearls?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like they did a good job at like making it a whole different story. And there wasn't like too much background on them, and they did a good job at making it a new Fantastic Four movie. And like not just remaking another Fantastic Four movie. Like it felt like a continuation. Like a different story.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. The actors did a good job. I think they all did a good job playing their characters.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I like that the Thing had a beard.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny.
That was kind of cool.
I thought that was so funny.
Like him growing a beard was interesting.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I think it's gonna make a great segue into Doomsday. I think,
Yeah.
and I think that's
so
I think that's where I don't think this movie was made to be its own standalone movie. I think it was made to be a segue.
It was just kind of
and
a
I
bridge.
think you can kind of tell it was made to be a segue, which doesn't make it a bad movie. It just doesn't make it a good movie.
You don't have to make it. You don't have to make it a standalone movie if you're making it a bridge movie.
But I also think I'm just tired of heroes.
Of superheroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm just well, I can't say I'm tired of superheroes because clearly I'm not. I've been watching The Boys and Gen Z or Gen V with you, but I think I'm tired of the same.
Which that's good. We should do one
superhero.
You're tired of the MCU?
Well, not even just the MCU, also DC. Like I think I'm just over the traditional superhero writing.
Like I mean, well, no, you've still seen it. Like the difference between all of Justice League, the Snyder version, and then that last like 15 minutes. Like you would prefer the last 15 minutes than the 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something new.
Yeah.
Not a newer version.
Like something different.
Yeah, not a newer version of something we've already seen, but like something like new.
Yeah, like if they were to take that last 15 minutes of the Snyder's Cut and make a movie based on like Batman and Joker and all of them being in the desert and doing that,
and
that would be interesting.
The Red Sun Superman. I've been waiting on the Red Sun Superman forever.
But I think just the same tired old superheroes is kind of tired and old. Like, I'm not saying I won't watch them. I'm not saying they're not good movies. I think I'm just
over it,
getting bored of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm like, I'll still watch. I love superheroes. I always have. So I'll still watch them. I just think
I think the part that bothers me is that we've moved we've moved past that so much that there's so much to draw from for other things
Yeah.
that why are we still using the same construct for superhero movies? Like, you know how many variations there are of Batman and the Joker and like all these different things, and they've kind of touched on those, but like there's whole comic book runs of like
But
an evil Batman,
I
or
also think that they're
like
taking too long to segue into these other things.
yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. These movies are very cool. I love seeing
Don't
them.
get it wrong.
But like, I get that like this was all segue into Doomsday.
Yeah.
But why couldn't we just do Doomsday without showing the three Spider-Mans together and
Hey,
the
let's not go that far.
I get it. I'm saying that they're good movies and they were worth a watch.
Yeah.
But I feel like it just drawed it out too long.
Yeah.
Like maybe if they all came out so much sooner with each other, then so much further apart from each other.
I think
but like
I think there's something to be said about letting
teasing,
audiences sit in things,
yeah.
but you don't have to do it every time.
Yeah.
Like I think giving space after the Spider-Man thing, I think that was good and probably necessary for people to sit and be like, okay, we got lied to for 2 years.
Yeah.
And this actually happened.
Like teasing at the timeline stuff was exciting.
Yeah.
But it's unexciting now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they've done so much with it already before Doomsday. Like we had the TVA and we had Doctor Strange and we had the Spider-Man, and like there's so much that they've already segued the timeline stuff
that we don't need extras.
That we don't really like, you know what I mean? Like even in Avengers they did some timeline, which that was the timeline teasing that they did. But it was still like it was just so much. Like
yeah.
If it was a little bit here and a little bit there, that would be like
well, more, and I understand.
But I think that they've just kind of like overdone
they've
it.
Exhausted it.
That it's like I'm excited for Doomsday because I'm supposed to be, but I don't know if I'm actually excited for Doomsday. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of how I felt about, and I told you this. That's kind of how I felt about Galactus.
Yeah.
Galactus. Like I've been waiting for. If you haven't heard, Galactus is one of like my favorite comic book villains of all time in any universe, and I've been waiting for Galactus for years. And the one time that they put him in a movie, it was stupid, and they made him a big cloud.
I think that's
pissed everybody off. But I'm
worried about with this.
But I was so excited. And then we got not only Galactus, we got every part of Galactus. We got like the Galactus he should be, the Eater of Worlds. And it was so nice. It made me so happy. But also, to your point, I feel like that was the only benefiting part of, not that it wasn't a good movie, but the only benefiting part of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Is to put Galactus in it.
Yeah.
To get him to Doomsday, where you could have just had. I would have been just as excited if we were watching Doomsday and there's all these different variations and all, and Galactus showed up. And he showed up in the way that he did in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, we didn't.
I would be just as.
That's what I'm saying.
I would be just as excited to be like, what the fuck?
Into it happening, and I get that they're trying to show different timelines, but like, why couldn't we go back to the old MCU where it's like, here's Doomsday, now here's everyone else's segue into Doomsday, like, you know what I mean? Like,
or even
I feel like I don't know. I
know this kind of negates your point.
Are like assholes, but
I know this kind of negates the point you're trying to make. But even if they would have done a 2-part thing, you know what I mean? Like without the segues, if you would have done Doomsday and then done everybody's backstory, and that would have been one movie, like kind of like they did with Infinity War and Endgame. Done that, take 2 hours to do everybody's like how we got here thing, and then because that's what Doomsday is, and the second one is all of them fighting.
Yeah.
Like that would have been okay. I'd have been okay with that.
Yeah.
But you don't need, to your point, you don't need like 7 movies to get to Doomsday.
And 2 shows.
Yeah, and 2 shows.
It's not even just movies anymore. It's also like full on shows that you have to watch.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
think
just-
that's what's
I'm
exhausting.
tired of consuming my entire I'm tired of all of my media consumption being one genre.
It has to be, or else you don't understand
what's happening.
Yeah.
Like I don't have
You shouldn't have to watch 3 days of Marvel movies to understand one movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opposed to contrary belief, I don't have a ton of movie or time to watch movies and shows. Like, so I would like to be able to watch other stuff
Yeah.
than just Marvel to be able to understand anything that's happening. Like, and I'm biased because I love horror films, so I
Yeah.
want to spend more time watching horror films than I do hero movies.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm trapped in this, like, I have to see every hero movie that comes out because I have to know what's going to happen for the next one.
Yeah. And I personally, looking back, and I'm saying this objectively because I watch superhero movies regularly, multiple times. But looking back on it, to your point of having to watch all of these things so you don't miss, looking back on it, there are a lot of Marvel movies before we got to Infinity War and Endgame that I didn't really need to watch. That aren't really like, I wouldn't go back and rewatch them. Like, you know what I mean? And so, like, consumption wise, like, yeah, it was nice. And it was nice to, like, get to those movies and be like, oh, I understand this. I understand this. But, like, looking back, those aren't the movies that I'm going to go back and watch either. Like, you know what I mean? And to your point, I feel like if they were to consolidate those into, like,
Mm-hmm.
even putting, I know the point for studios is to draw it out, is to make as much money and as much interest as possible. But it just kind of sucks as a consumer, and I'm speaking only for myself. There are people that don't feel this way. But as a consumer, it sucks, especially when we were consuming physical media and not just like what sits on our TV. It sucks to have 4 physical copies of a movie that you're never going to watch again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I have Infinity War and Endgame, which are much more exciting to rewatch than these other movies.
Yeah.
Like, I think Thor Dark World is great. I think it was great, kind of switching the idea of Thor, like, going into this dark, depressing stage. Am I going to watch it again? No.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool not only for the time, it was cool for the build up for, like, his character arc. But, like, as a standalone movie, like, I'm not going to watch it again. And
Yeah.
there are other movies I feel like that too. Like, I've said this about Iron Man 3 multiple times, is that was one of my biggest Marvel letdowns of all time to this day. But the twist, objectively, the twist was good, but I already know the twist. Why am I going to watch it again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things of, like, is it cool for the build up? Yes. Like, that, again, the character arc to get to Infinity War, like, Tony Stark going through all of this and whatever, that's cool. But as, like, a movie, like, it's kind of like, yeah, that was nice. Yeah, we did that. Oh my jeez. Pause.
Hello. Good talk. Why?
Anyway,
Fucking hate that.
but that aside, I was super excited about Galactus, and I'm sure my wife was really annoyed with me talking about it the whole time. Talking about it the whole movie.
No.
Because
I like watching you get excited about things.
So fucking excited. I love it so much. And they did it so well. And I was scared about that too, because they only showed him like peering over the city in the trailer. And like I said, like they fucked it up before. And so like going into watching that movie, I was like, well, they're only gonna have him in there for like 5 minutes. Like obviously I saw the side of his head, so I know that they like are going to do it. But
Mhm.
like I was like, he's gonna only be in there for 5 minutes. It's gonna be super. It's gonna be like yay, and then like,
Yeah.
but they didn't. They actually did it. They showed how big he is. They like perspective wise put him next, so you can like see how like gigantic he is. They actually explain him eating worlds. They put him like coming into the city and him like growing, like him getting bigger and him being connected to the. They just Galactus. They did very very well in that movie, and I was super excited. And I mentioned it every time they showed him on screen because I was super fucking happy about it. Super stoked. Yeah.
Yeah. I did I did, however, like the little bit of backstory they gave for Silver Surfer,
Yeah, that
because
was
they
cool.
never really did that before. Not really.
Yeah.
Not in that context, and so it was kind of nice to see that.
That it was more. I like that. I like that she kept referring to herself as a herald, and then I said this to you. They kept referring to herself as a herald, and when the four were talking about things, they're like having epiphanies. They're like, "Oh, she's just doing this," and then when Johnny figures out that he destroyed her world, and he's like, "No, she just facilitates." He didn't word it this way, but he's like, "She's just like facilitating for him," and I was like a herald. Like that's why she calls herself a herald. That's where that comes from. It's from medieval times. That's what it is.
That word is not what you think it means.
That's why she keeps using that word. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Rip.
Yeah, the Rip. That one was super cool.
That one was good.
That was so good. And it might not. It might be. I don't know. I would say that it might be because it's a Ben Affleck movie, and I like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon movies. But I don't know. Like I told you, it was one of those movies that, like, even though I know the twists now and I know like how the movie ends, I still want to watch it. Like it's still such a good movie, and it was a good movie throughout too. Like even me and you when we were watching it, like trying to like figure out where the twist is and who's doing what and like whatever. Like through the movie was even. It was nice how they did it. Like it was still good. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't super obvious, but it wasn't so far like hidden that you couldn't at least like
Try to
see
figure it out, or
like
try to
see
see
the hints or like yeah. It was so good.
Yeah.
I felt that way about again, Ben Affleck to Ben Affleck. I felt like that way about The Town.
I don't think I watched The Town.
Like when I saw The Town, I felt that way. Like I watched the movie, you get to the end and it's a good movie, but I obviously I've watched The Town multiple times over. Like I felt the same way when we got done watching The Rip. I just thought like I wanted to watch it again, and I was still like interested in it.
Yeah.
Plus, like I told you, there's just a chemistry with Matt and Ben
For sure.
that you just can't.
Deny.
If it was any other actors, I don't think it would have been as good, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe not.
There's just something about putting the two of them together in a role, like in roles like that, where they're like partners or like brothers or like something. It's just so fucking good. Like even without knowing the backstory to this scene, like I told you, there's a scene in there where they're like, where Ben Affleck first talks about like how he kind of is feeling some kind of way about Matt Damon, and they're like confronting each other, and like even him like I can't fucking trust you right now. Like
Yeah.
even that interaction between the two of them like is just so good. It's just so in like how they play at each other and like it's just so good the two of them in a movie together,
Yeah.
and especially a movie like
Well, and I
that.
like at the end. Spoiler. I like at the end how
Go watch the fucking movie.
They explain that Ben Affleck didn't know the whole time.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't have made sense. And they do that in movies where they're like, oh yeah, this person knew the whole time. And then you think about it and you're like,
why would they have reacted this way? Yeah.
Argument about then if they knew the whole time? So like, I like that they did explain that Ben Affleck didn't know the whole time, that he only like realized after a certain point, and it's like, okay, because like,
and I also like, the fact
that argument wouldn't have made sense otherwise.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I also like that they kind of at a certain time frame, like that they show you like that Matt Damon told Ben Affleck like at this point, and then when they have an argument after that point, it makes sense
because they're doing it in front of people.
Because you're like, oh, that makes sense that you're putting on a show at this point.
But that's what I mean, because the first argument they had before Ben knows anything was by themselves.
Yeah.
And so you're like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense if he knew the whole time. But then, like the argument they have later, it was a show in front of people. So it was like, okay, that makes sense.
And I also like that part of it. Go watch it. But I also like...
Go watch it!
Well, I'm going to keep spoiling it, and I don't care. Figure it out. Figure your life out. But anyway.
Watch movies.
Yeah.
Stop reading books.
Stop reading books. Stop raising children. Stop doing work. Just watch
Don't go to work. Watch movies.
Don't go to work. Watch movies.
Be kind. Rewind.
Sponsored by What's in the Box. Don't have a full-time job. Don't care about your kids. Watch movies. I'm going to put that at the beginning. That's going to be the new opening for the podcast. Anyway, but like even them showing like the little things, like you seeing Matt Damon talk to the girls in front of the hostage, and you see the one version of that, and then you get to later in the movie and they show you
where you see him being like,
yeah,
while he's talking,
yeah, like even those things, like how they put those in, I think were fucking great. The whole thing was just good.
Yeah.
And like I said, like you said, the fact that I want to rewatch it is one of those things of like that shows that it is a good movie. Also, I got a shout out, I'm gonna return the favor. I got a shout out from Brooks' podcast on his podcast.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of Mad World Podcast
Collective.
So, yeah, Mad World Collective Podcast. Which is really good.
Okay. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Okay.
I know it's Mad World for sure. The Mad World Podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
The place is Mad World
Collective.
Artist Collective. Yeah, the place itself in Green Bay on the east side, across the street from Happy Joe's.
Happy Joe's.
Yeah, that's where it is. It's on the curve.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah, he shouted me out in their podcast because they were talking about, somebody brought up movies while they were talking, and Pierce, his co-host, said something about The Rip, and he's like, yeah, Zach, a friend of the podcast, just messaged me yesterday, because that was when we watched it, and was like, you really need to watch it. So, yeah, shout out. That's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shout out mid-podcast.
Wow.
That was cool.
Oh, wow.
Also, I'm just going to throw this out there, and I've already told you this personally, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Me and Cheryl really appreciate Brooks underlining jokes that nobody catches that are really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's funny.
The Winnie the Pooh joke made me laugh out loud.
I told him that, and he was like, thank you so much, Cheryl. But yeah, so you should check that out, because
it out.
It is good, and it is kind of funny. Also, next week, what time is it?
9:30.
Okay, we should be okay. Also, next week, not next week on here, but next week in real life. In IRL.
You don't have to say in, I guess. It would just be IRL. It feels weird to say that way.
In
real life. In real life.
I'm going to do a podcast with them there. At their place. At their space.
Humble abode.
Yeah. So that should be fun. I'm gonna do one with the both of them and kind of talk about them starting their podcast and how that's going. And then I was gonna do one with just Brooke because I haven't done one with Brooke in a while. So look forward to that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, huh?
Anyway, so is there anything that you want to add, throw out there, talk about? Still got a little bit of time.
So, I've been keeping a list of the horror films I watched this year.
I like your meh okays for your list.
Eh. So, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it yet. So like I crochet, and I see these people all the time online do like temperature blankets throughout the year, and I'm like, that just seems like a lot and not a lot of fun. Like, why do I want to remember what temperature it was that year? But I watch a lot of horror films, and sometimes I watch really good ones. Sometimes. What are you doing? Why'd you leave?
I was distracting you.
So, since January is over, and I have my list of January, I felt maybe I should just share it. And then maybe eventually I'll decide what I'm going to do with this list. But so, in the month of January, I watched Caveat, which was, it was okay. It was pretty good. I think for like a low budget film, it was pretty good. The story was interesting, to say the least. I feel like they could have done a little more storytelling, and it would have been a lot better. I Know What You Did Last Summer. That one was okay. That one was pretty good. We talked about that one already. The Monkey. The Monkey was good. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was.
That's on like people's top 10 greatest horror movies of last year.
A
lot of people actually.
I was not expecting it to be that good, and it was really good. I watched the movie Spree, and that one was also surprisingly pretty good. I thought that one was going to be corny, and it was corny, but it was also really good corny. Like, and Joe Keery, I'm going to say it wrong. Joe Keery?
Sure. That's close. Steve.
I think he did such a good job in it. He was weird, and I liked it. He was
weird.
We talked about Locked already. Yeah. Said that was a really good movie. I said I watched Frozen this year, and I think I might have seen that one before when it first came out. I at least seen the trailers for sure, but I have a story about that one. We'll get to that in just a second, because I did say I had a story about that one.
We have 10 minutes.
It's okay. I have time.
Okay.
Black Phone 2, really, really good.
Oh.
And then I watched the movie Cobweb, which I thought I hadn't seen, but as I was watching it, I knew what was going to happen, so I was like, I've definitely seen this. The funny thing is, though, is normally when I watch a movie that I'm like, oh, I've seen this, I'm like, well, it clearly wasn't that good because I don't remember it. This movie was actually pretty good. And so I'm surprised I didn't remember it better. To remember that I watched it. I don't know.
That's how I felt about The Woman in the Black Dress. The movie?
The Woman in Black?
Yeah, The Woman in Black, sorry.
The one with Daniel Radcliffe? Yeah. That movie's so good. That is one of my top 10 haunting movies.
I know, but that's how I felt about that movie. I remember watching it. I didn't really remember watching it, but then every time I thought about that movie, I'm like, it really wasn't that good because I don't remember a whole lot from it. And then probably like 3 years ago, maybe? It was a little bit ago. I watched it again because you like it. Yeah. And I was like, well, I always thought it was lame, but like, I also like Stay Alive, and you think that's lame. So like, maybe it was just because I watched it so long ago.
Yeah.
And so I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, I don't even remember like this part. I don't remember this part. That's cool.
Well, maybe because there are slow parts of that movie, so maybe you were like, this is lame through like the slow parts, and you just didn't pay attention to the good parts.
That's how I feel about people that don't like Stay Alive.
Because I've had movies like that where like the first time I watched it, I was like, whatever, and then I rewatched it and was like, okay, I just had to get through that.
That's how I
But-
feel about
and then
people that
the
don't like
last-
Stay Alive.
The last horror film I saw in January was Anything for Jackson. And that movie, I had no previous like feelings about it. I didn't know if it was going to be good or not. I just kind of went into it going, okay, well, let's just see, because it was on people's lists. And it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad, but and the story was interesting. It was a good like kidnap devil story, like dabble in witchcraft and Satanism kind of stuff.
Double.
But the ending was, I think the ending was garbage. But that's just my opinion. Now, my story about Frozen. Okay, so me and my daughter Alice watched the movie Frozen. And there's a scene in Frozen where so the movie Frozen, it's three people that are stuck on a
It's not
ski
the
lift.
Disney one.
No. It's three people, it's 2010, by the way. This is when the movie came out.
Could you imagine watching that one thinking it was a Disney one?
Oh,
When
God.
does Elsa show up?
When does Elsa show up? She comes to save them. She shows up with the wolves. So
Also eats their leg.
it's three people stuck on a ski lift. How they got stuck on the ski lift was kind of not realistic either. But anyways, three people stuck on a ski lift, and it's during like a weekend of like a deep freeze storm. You're a nerd. And one of the guys decides he's going to jump off, and it's a really long fall. Like, it's injury fall for sure. But when he falls, both of his legs snap and like bone protrudes out of the skin and everything. And I remember watching that scene going, okay. And like even Alice was like, well, if he didn't dive pencil, like if he didn't put his legs out straight. And I was like, no, I agree, but still, even then, it's still like kind of unrealistic. And then later, like the next day or so, we were watching a show, like an ER show, like a real life ER show, not like
George Clooney.
Not like a drama. And it showed this guy come into the ER with his bone protruding out his ankle, and his foot just kind of flopped sideways, right? And I was like, holy shit. And the guy's name is Greg, by the way, that pertains to the story. And I was like, what the fuck, Greg? What'd you do? And they were like, Greg fell off a wall. And I was like, yeah, a fucking 6-story foot wall. Jesus, right? No. Nope. Greg fell off a 2-foot wall.
Itty bitty wall.
2-foot wall. And I'm like, what? How? Like, how does that even happen? Like, how do you fucking make your bone protrude out of your leg on a 2-foot wall? And me and Alice are just sitting here like, what? And I look at Alice and I go, remember that scene in Frozen? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, totally realistic now.
Because they weren't drinking enough milk.
And she goes, yeah.
That's why their bones broke so easy, because they weren't drinking enough milk.
Yeah.
I like that you've had to adjust your ranking on your horror movie things. That when you first started, was like the lowest.
Yeah.
And then it went to meh.
No, Anne's still the lowest.
Oh. Well, then meh was in between there.
I don't have a meh.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you said you were going to put one in there.
Well, yeah, Cobweb, I was going to put a meh. But that was only because I thought I had seen it. It was still a good movie. No, Frozen, I put eh. It didn't even get like a good or okay. Or,
I just like that is a ranking for you.
Yeah, Caveat got it was okay. And Frozen got eh. And the rest of them were like, no, it was okay. It was pretty good.
We're good.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how.
And then I have a list of movies to watch. And it's pretty long.
It's pretty long.
It'd be a lot longer if I actually would put more
It's a pretty good list.
that I want to try in there, but
It's a pretty good list.
it's pretty good. It's all right.
It's a pretty long list.
So
Mhm.
we'll update you at the end of February.
Yeah,
See if I can keep up with it this year.
I believe in you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell us your movies Any movies you're interested in?
Or tell us ones to watch.
We literally, and I know that I've talked to you about this. We literally have like a whole thing of movies that we can redo because they're all audio and not video
Oh yeah.
podcasts. So we can talk about whatever movies you want and anything that you want us to see or talk about or whatever if you're interested. Because I do want to do that because that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, it's a lot of fun talking about movies with you, but like I said, I feel like there's whole conversations that we've had that people don't know we've had because they're gone and off in the universe.
Well, nothing's gone.
So I do want to do a couple that we've probably already done just because they're fun and interesting and I like talking movies with you. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna start doing that. That's gonna be me and Cheryl's thing for a while. We're gonna get back
for a little bit.
We're gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to the fun.
Fun.
Yeah, because we didn't get these cool sweatshirts for no reason.
I'm not wearing mine.
No,
I didn't get the memo.
that's fine. It is on the floor, but that's fine.
It wasn't in the email.
It wasn't. It wasn't in the email, the podcast email, because we're so busy that we can't just talk to each other. Do you have time in our own house to do a podcast?
Can you address? Hey,
Can you
as we're passing in the kitchen, can you address the email I sent this morning, please?
Just start doing that. If you're not going to respond to the email, then I'm going to get corporate involved.
I'm going to talk to HR.
We didn't get these
HR's
sweatshirts
Wyatt.
for no reason. Should do a podcast of both of us sitting down with Wyatt and being like,
and him scolding us.
Be fun.
That's a bad word. You can't say that.
You can't say that. Anyway, I love you.
I love you.
As always, I like talking to you.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Double
I don't know what that was.
Double heck yeah.
I don't know.
What does Wyatt say? What the heck?
Heck no.
It's like my favorite. What the heck? He started doing it to his games. It's so funny.
He also says, heck no.
Yeah.
Heck no.
What the heck? Anyway, I love you.
I love you.
Thanks for talking.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for podcasting. Wonder Twin powers activate.
Kitty. Beans and cornbread, beep, beep. Beans and cornbread, beep. I don't know what that is. Beans and cornbread, beep, beep. Okay. Okay.